My name is Christian Dick, Team Principal of Toyota Gazoo Racing UK. Speedworks Motorsport was set up in 2005 to run cars in a one-make championship. It was the Mazda MX-5 championship back then. Since then we've gone from strength to strength and grown up the ladder. It was very much a grassroots team when we started off, grassroots level of motorsport, but we learnt a lot on that journey. Coming up through the ranks from Mazdas, we went to Ginettas, G20s, G50s, British GT with G50s. We won the championship in 2010, British GT4. 2011 we moved to the BTCC with one of our Ginetta G50 Cup drivers, and since then we've gone from strength to strength in the BTCC. To end up in the role that I have, I've worked up through the ranks. I kind of feel like I've earned my stripes at most roles, and that's from everything from stripping, preparing, rebuilding cars, some fabrication stuff, some engineering stuff, tyre man, truck driver. Been in most of those roles and those positions, so I feel like I'm well placed to be able to manage the team well.
I'm Jack and I'm Rory Butcher's #1 mechanic at Toyota Gazoo Racing UK. I started off as a sort of volunteer within the team, thought it might be something I wanted to get involved in, so came down, gave it a try. Christian and Amy were good enough to let me have a go, and I've never managed to leave. So my role within the team is maintenance on the car between the weekends, during the weekends, setup changes, making sure that the decisions Rory and the engineers make it onto the car properly. The level of prep between rounds varies depending on any damage you've picked up at the last round and the time between rounds as well, because sometimes, like the double headers we've had this year, you only get 3 days in the workshop if you're lucky.
One of the biggest challenges throughout a race season is what we call the back-to-back race weekend. So we're literally one weekend where we may be at Alton Park, the next weekend we might be at Knock Hill. So that means that we finish up on a Sunday night. We have 3 articulated lorries, a 7.5 ton support vehicle, 2 or 3 crew buses, and all the staff to get wrapped up at the end of the weekend, get it back to the unit and start prepping again on Monday morning, ready to leave again later on the Wednesday of that same week. So a mammoth task. It's a huge challenge and a big drain on resource. We also run a Toyota Supra in the British GT4 Championship. Logistically, that can obviously be a complete nightmare for us. So we very purposely made sure that we set up virtually 2 separate teams to run both programs, because as soon as you've got one clash of events, and I think that very often we'll have, just from race meeting point of view, 2 or 3, some of your key personnel are getting split up and spread a little bit thinner, and that's not what we want to achieve. So we run them pretty much as 2 separate programs. It's absolutely vital that we have trusted partners like Motul along for the ride with us. It's vital to our very existence, one, for the financial support that we get from them, but also for reliability on track through to performance. If you think about Motul's input to us, isn't just oils that go into the race vehicles, it goes into everything that we've got: trucks, team vehicles, the crew buses that take people from the circuit to the hotel. We use Motul products in them, but obviously our on-track performance is really dictated by the quality levels of the products that we get supplied by Motul.
Yeah, so we're quite lucky to have Motul as a partner. We used their products long before they were a sponsor, because they are the best products you can get, but now we've obviously got them as a partner. We can use their technical knowledge, their research, make sure we're using the correct product for the correct application. Yeah, Motul helps in those kind of tight situations because we've got the product in stock and you know the products are top quality, so it's just a thing you don't have to consider or think about. You just pick up something that you know works and use it.
Motul offer a huge range of products that are really useful for us from all sorts of areas, whether it's just general lubrication, and we use an aerosol product called Easy Lube, right the way through to obviously the major components. Engine, we use a 300V040 product. Gearbox, we use a Gear 300 product. Drive shafts, you know, the grease that goes into drive shafts, we use a Motul product. So it literally is every area of the vehicle. We need that performance.
So my future aspirations for the team would be to win the Drivers and Teams Championships. We've been very close a couple of times, and it'd be great to finally get it done.
Competitiveness is what drives us forward. That's what we're here for. We're not here to make up the numbers, we're here to win. So that the overall aim in the next few years is to make sure that we win the championship. We know that we can win races, we know that we can get podiums, we've got to make sure that we can string solid weekends together, point scoring weekends, and win this championship.